Okay, let's transport ourselves. Imagine a rural village in Egypt, early 1950s. Think dry heat, houses packed really close together.
Yeah, very tight-knit communities back then.
Exactly. But then add this awful smell. Not just, a bad whiff, but something thick, pervasive, getting worse every single day.
We're talking about the village of Chateauneuf. And this unbearable stench, it's all coming from one specific place, a small, simple 3-room house.
Home to a woman named Souad.
Right, and her neighbors, they were beyond fed up. Constant complaining, asking what on earth was going on.
And Souad, she seems to have had an answer, or rather an excuse for everything. Really erratic ones, too.
Oh, yeah. First she claimed it was dead rabbits. Didn't work. Then it was geese, ducks, saying they died from the heat.
But the smell just kept getting stronger, didn't it? It never actually went away.
Never. And here's where you really see her, well, her calculating side. To try and throw people off the scent, literally.
What did she do?
Get that she actually killed some of her own poultry, geese, ducks, and put their bodies up on her rooftop.
No way. As fake evidence?
Exactly. A gruesome decoy. Trying to suggest the smell was coming from up there, from those dead birds, not from inside the house.
Wow. That level of deception is something else. But it didn't work.
Not for long. The smell was just too overpowering, too specific to the house itself. One neighbor finally reached their limit, couldn't take it anymore.
So they went to the authorities.
Straight to the village chief, the Amda, the main local official.
Okay, so things are escalating now.
Definitely. And this is crucial. The Amda was already a bit suspicious. Why? Because Souad's younger brother, Mohamed Salih al-Qurati, he'd been missing for days.
Ah, so now you have the smell and a missing person connected to the same house.
Precisely. That combination set off major alarm bells. The Amda didn't go alone. He brought the Zabit al-Markaz, the local police officer.
So the chief and the police arrive at Souad's house. What happens?
The second they step inside, the stench just hits them. It's overwhelming, almost unbearable.
And it leads them somewhere specific.
Straight to Souad's bedroom. The smell was clearly strongest right there, concentrated in one spot, specifically under her bed.
Under the bed? Oh, no.
The Amda told some local farmers who'd gathered around to start digging. Right there, beneath the bed frame,
And they find
him. The body of a young man, completely unclothed, showing signs of, well, horrific blunt force trauma to the head. And decomposition had already set in.
How long had he been there?
15 days. 15 days that body lay buried under her bed.
15 days she slept above him. The question is, who was he and how did it come to this?
It was her brother, Mohamed. The very same brother whose well-being she once seemed so fiercely protective of. To understand that twist, we need to rewind.
Okay, let's go back. Where does this story really begin?
Nearly 10 years earlier, 1943, we're in Giza at the Home Day Market. It's bustling, busy. And there are Souad and her younger brother, Mohamed. They're orphans, selling cotton to get by.
Just trying to survive.
Right. And into this market walks Mohamed Hindawi. He's a farmer from Manufia there for supplies.
And he sees Souad.
Instantly captivated. Just completely struck by her. He was there for work, but suddenly all he could focus on was her.
Love at first sight or something like it?
Seems like it for him. He came back just 1 week later. Not for supplies this time.
To propose.
Exactly. He asked her to marry him. And Souad agreed, but there was a condition, a deal breaker.
Which was?
Her brother, Mohamed. He had to live with him. She insisted she was his only family, his sole caretaker, non-negotiable.
And Hindawi agreed.
Immediately. He actually saw it as a sign of her incredible character. Loyalty, strength. He apparently said she was a woman worth 100 men.
But looking back now, knowing what happens, maybe it wasn't just loyalty.
That's the troubling part, isn't it? Was it devotion, or was it perhaps control? Ensuring her only dependent remained under her influence. Yeah. It's hard to say for sure back then, but...
It casts a shadow. So the three of them, Souad, Hindawi, and young Mohamed, they moved to Hindawi's village in Manufia.
Yes. And for about 4 years, on the surface, things seemed normal. Souad took up work as a seamstress. Hindawi gave Mohamed work on the farm. They even had 2 children together.
A family unit, seemingly.
Seemingly. But the reality was very different. Almost from the start, from that very first year of marriage, Souad was unfaithful.
Right away.
Continuously. The sources describe her as having no sense of sin or shame. This wasn't a slip-up, it was a pattern, a double life established early on.
So how long could that possibly last in a small village?
Well, for about 4 years, Hindawi seems to have either ignored it or been unaware. But eventually, the signs became impossible to miss.
Like what? What did he notice?
Several things. He started noticing the children didn't really resemble him. Or, interestingly, Mohamed, her brother. That was strange.
Okay. What else?
The house felt disturbed, like people were coming and going when he wasn't there,
Yeah.
unauthorized visitors.
And money. You mentioned she was a seamstress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But she always seemed to have way more cash than her sewing could possibly breed in. Excess funds with no clear source.
That's a big red flag.
Huge. And maybe the most bizarre or perhaps telling detail. Sometimes she'd apparently get confused and call Hindawi by the wrong name.
Wow. Just complete detachment.
It suggests a profound disconnect, yeah. And eventually, the village gossip, which must have been swirling, became unavoidable. Hindawi started confronting her directly.
And how did Souad react to being confronted?
Not with remorse, apparently.
Yeah.
She saw her lifestyle, her independence, her secrets, all of it was threatened. So instead of changing her behavior,
She decided to get rid of the threat.
she decided to murder her husband, silence him permanently.
So infidelity turns into attempted murder. How did she try first?
Poison. She started putting poison in his food, his drinks,
Mm-hmm.
repeatedly.
And he just kept getting sick.
Terribly ill, near fatal illnesses multiple times. But somehow, miraculously, he survived each attempt.
He must have known it was her, right?
Oh, he was certain it was her.
Yeah.
Which leads to your earlier point, why didn't he leave? Why stay with someone actively trying to kill you?
It's baffling from our perspective.
It is. But think about the context. The intense social pressure, the shame associated with divorce, with admitting your wife was, well, out of control and trying to murder you. For some men in that era, that public shame felt almost worse than death itself.
So he stayed, tolerated the attempts on his life.
Until she escalated. Clearly frustrated that the poison wasn't working, she changed her method dramatically.
What did she do?
She waited for a time when her brother Mohamed and the children were out of the house. She waited until Hindawi was asleep.
Okay.
Then she doused him and the entire house in kerosene, lit a match, and fled.
Arson. She tried to burn him alive.
Yes, but again, incredible luck, or maybe fate. Neighbors saw the flames, reacted instantly. They managed to put out the fire and pull Hindawi out alive.
He survived again. Poison, now arson.
He survived again, but this time it was the absolute breaking point. The terror finally outweighed the shame.
So now he takes action.
Immediately, he went straight for divorce, and he went back to the Amda, the village chief, and told him everything. The poison, the fire, all of it.
What did he want?
He demanded that Souad, her children, and her brother Mohamed leave the village permanently. He wanted them gone, expelled.
And with everything out in the open?
She had no choice. The public knowledge was overwhelming. So Souad packed up her kids, her brother, and moved. Where to? The neighboring village, Chateauneuf.
The place where this whole story started with the smell.
Exactly. She lands in Chateauneuf, and over the next 2 years, she somehow manages to save up 40 pounds, which was quite a sum back then.
What did she do with it?
She bought that small 3-room house we mentioned at the start, the source of the eventual stench.
And she set up her life there.
Yes, but in a very specific way. She decided one of those 3 rooms would be for rent. Specifically, she planned to rent it out to young men from the village.
Okay, I can see where this might be going. Did her brother object? He was older now.
He absolutely did. Mohamed was no longer a naive child. He was deeply uncomfortable with the idea of strange men renting a room in their house. He saw the risk to their reputation, to the family.
But Souad.
Souad was the homeowner, the elder sister. She overruled him. She was in control.
And did she actually just rent the room out?
Well, the rental was just a cover. Immediately, she fell back into her old patterns. The room wasn't just for rent. It became a place for her paid illicit affairs.
So she basically turned her home into a brothel.
Pretty much. She reportedly stopped her seamstress work entirely and just focused on renting that room out daily, sometimes to multiple men, for money. Her reputation in Chateauneuf quickly became notorious.
How did Mohamed handle seeing all this, his own sister?
He was horrified. He saw the complete collapse of her morals right in front of his eyes in their own home. He confronted her again and again,
Begging her to stop.
pleading with her, for her own sake, for her children's sake, for his reputation. But she wouldn't listen. She just ignored him.
So he felt he had no choice.
He felt desperate. He took one last drastic step. He traveled all the way back to Giza
Why?
to find their family, specifically their 2 maternal uncles. He hoped that bringing the elders into it, the family authority figures, maybe they could get through to her.
Did the uncles come?
They did. They came to Chateauneuf, confronted Souad. They basically told her this has to stop. pack your things, you're coming to live with us.
And what did Souad say?
She actually agreed. She told him, okay, just give me 2 days to sort things out here, and I'll come with you.
But she didn't mean it.
It seems not, because as soon as the uncles left, Souad had this chilling moment of realization. Mohamed had gone behind her back. He had told the family everything. He had betrayed her secrets.
And in her mind, betrayal meant
He was now an obstacle. The brother she once insisted must live with her, the one she supposedly protected, had now threatened her control, her lifestyle. He had become disposable.
So this leads directly to the murder.
Directly. Mohamed returns from Giza, probably thinking he'd done the right thing, maybe even saved her. But Souad had already decided. Quietly, calmly.
How does she do it?
The sources say she waited for her moment, then retrieved a heavy farming axe called a fass, and she struck her brother multiple times on the head until he was dead.
Oh, God.
Brutal. Incredibly brutal. And the most horrifying part, her children, her 2 small children witnessed the entire thing, including her 6-year-old son, Fatty.
They saw their mother kill their uncle.
They saw everything. And then the calculation continues. She didn't panic. She stripped Mohamed's body naked.
To make identification harder, or just dehumanize him?
Perhaps both. Then she dug that deep hole right there under her own bed and buried him in it.
And the children, how does she keep them quiet?
Pure terror. She threatened them, told them if they ever said a single word about what they saw, she would do the same thing to them.
Threaten her own small children with murder.
The same fate as their uncle. Imagine the psychological weight on a 6-year-old.
Which brings us back to the beginning. The police arrive, the smell, the digging.
And they find the body. Their attention naturally turns to the children, especially little Fatty. He must have been completely traumatized.
Could he even speak?
It took time to calm him down, apparently. But eventually, the 6-year-old boy confirmed the unthinkable.
What did he say?
He confirmed the body was his uncle Mohamed, and he confirmed who killed him, his mother, Souad.
The testimony of her own child. Was there other evidence?
Yes. The police searched the house. Inside the oven, of all places, they found Mohamed's clothes, bloodied, hidden away.
Just tying up loose ends, the timeline is still the most shocking part for me.
15 days, sleeping every night directly above her brother's decomposing body. The brother she demanded accompany her into marriage. The shift is just staggering.
From protector to murderer.
All seemingly driven by this absolute need for control and the preservation of her secrets at any cost.
So Souad was arrested.
Immediately. And the whole story came out, the attempts on her husband's life. The final brutal murder of her brother.
What was the verdict?
She was tried, convicted, and sentenced to death by hanging. The newspapers at the time needed a label for this kind of calculated evil. They called her the assassin of the 50s.
The assassin of the 50s? It's a chilling title. When you look back at this whole thing, what's the main takeaway?
For me, it's this terrifying idea of selective loyalty. Her initial insistence on keeping Mohamed with her wasn't really about love or family, was it? It seems it was about keeping an asset close, someone dependent on her.
An asset she controlled.
Exactly. And the moment that asset became a liability, someone who threatened her control by exposing her reality, he was eliminated without hesitation.
It really makes you think. We often hear about crimes of passion, spur-of-the-moment acts. This was different.
This was cold, calculated, repeated attempts on one life, a successful, brutal execution of another. It raises that disturbing question, one people must have asked then too. How does this level of darkness fester within a family? Within someone who presented, at least initially, as fiercely loyal?
A reminder that the most dangerous threats can sometimes come from those closest to us, masking calculation with claims of protection. A truly dark story from that era.